Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Thank you for coming week after week after week after week after week. I really appreciate you. We are over 600 subscribers. I hope by the time you see this, we're over 700 subscribers, but we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. And listen, my legacy family, I just wanted to thanks. Really, I really am so excited about you coming on this journey with me, and I appreciate every like, every comment, every share. I do appreciate it. So the newcomers, we want to sing the song because you know the legacy song I have to sing, yeah. Welcome to the legacy family with Lady Glene. Lady Glene. Hey, welcome to the legacy family with Lady Glene. Lady Glene, welcome all of you. I love you. Hit the subscribe button for me now. Tonks. Hit the like button for me now. Tonks. Share it now, please. Thank you. Guys, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm glad that you have all showed me with love and support in the form of subscription, comments, and likes here on the channel. So this month is known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And listen, man, we know how it can go. We know the scare that it brings. We know when we hear the cancer word, we all get scared and we think it's a death sentence. With me today is a two-time breast cancer survivor, Mrs. Gloria Thomas, and she's going to share her story with us. She's going to encourage us to go and get tested, because at the end of this, guys, I want you to feel encouraged to go and get tested at the Jamaica Cancer Society, or if you have, a private doctor or so on. Also, I want, if you are in the position where you are indeed diagnosed with breast cancer, you know that there is hope. All is not lost. And just as Mrs. Thomas will share her story and you hear how she has overcome, you too can overcome. So let's get into this interview with Mrs. Thomas. But wait, let's go to the welcome song just before that. Hi there, Mrs. Gloria Thomas. Welcome to my channel, the Lady Glene Legacy YouTube channel. How are you doing?
Fine. Well.
Nice. It's good to see you. You look fine. You look well. So we connected through a friend of mine who is actually your niece, Candace. Candace, hi. Big up yourself. Candace and I actually go a little way back. From before we started high school, I visited her church a number of times. And then in high school, we went to Denby High School together. And we sang together and all of that. So I'm very familiar with Candace. So of course,
so you're from Clarendon then?
Yes, Clarendon, massive.
Okay.
You're from Clarendon as well?
Yes, I'm from Clarendon, from Hayes.
Yeah, I'm from Hayes as well. Nice.
Really?
Yes, I'm telling you, I used to visit her church sometimes,
Okay.
So I'm happy to have you on my channel, and I'm really happy and honored that you would come on my channel to share your story, and of course to bring awareness and hope to those who might be placed in the situation that you were in, but not to give away too much too early to the viewers. Let us know. Tell us, who is Mrs. Gloria Thomas?
Well, I'm from Clarendon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the parish of Clarendon. I live in Hayes,
Mm-hmm.
or was living in Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are Eric and Nerissa Donaldson.
Mm-hmm.
I have seven siblings.
Big family.
Yeah, I'm from a big family, seven siblings. It's five girls and three boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys are the lotter ones.
Okay, so
Well, my mom and my dad have five of us, really.
mm-hmm.
And I also went to his all-age school.
Okay.
We were 70 Adventists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And leave Clarendon about 35 years now. I'm living in St. Catherine.
Okay.
Met my neighbor and we got married. And we're married 29 years now.
Wow. That's
Yes,
a lot
29.
of years. Congratulations on 29 years of marriage. Not many people make it that far.
29 years come next month.
Mm-hmm.
Have two lovely sons, handsome sons, I should say. None of them is married.
Okay. So they're available.
Oh, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
One is presently attending school.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing nursing at NCU.
Mm-hmm.
He's in his third year. The other is he works in the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And as I said, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about what you like to do and so on.
Gloria likes to. I like to go out.
Mm-hmm.
I like to sport.
Okay.
Yes. And I like to do things around the house, like plant my flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I love to sing because I
What?
sing on the choir church. Yes.
Maybe you're going to have to bust a piece for us, man.
Yeah. What else do you want to know?
So
I
Gloria
think
has many parts.
Yeah, many parts. I think I'm a friendly person.
Okay, nice. I think you are too, because I mean, you've never spoken to me before. You don't know me from Adams. All Candace did was reach out to you. Then when I reached out to you earlier, you called, you were warm, you were friendly. And so it's fair to say that you are friendly and you are a warm personality. And as we get through this, I don't want to say interview, but this conversation, we will get to see more of Gloria and what makes her who she is. So as you are aware, guys, next month is celebrated as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I invited Mrs. Thomas to come on here to share her story with us, share about breast cancer a little, and just to encourage us that we need to get tested. The earlier it's detected, the better our chance of survival. And you will hear from Mrs. Thomas today that she's actually how would you express it now? Like a 2 times diagnosed? How would it be expressed?
I would say 2-time survivor.
I love that. A 2 times breast
Survivor.
cancer survivor. It doesn't
Survivor.
survivor, yeah. It doesn't have to be a death
A death
sentence.
sentence.
So tell us, Mrs. Thomas, share with us how you were diagnosed. Like, what was the first thing that caused you to seek help, or share with us a little about that. The
Well,
first time and the second
the
time.
first, yeah, the first time was 2002. What drove my awareness was it was after the birth of my second child. He did not take the breast on the left hand side. Breastfeeding for him, when I was breastfeeding him, he didn't want the left breast any at all. So it was like a year after. So we were playing on the bed. I had him in my hand and we were playing, and he fell on my breast, and I felt a little pain. I said it to my husband. I said, boy, the breast hurting me. And he said that, oh, okay, go and see the doctor. Anyway, what had happened is that my brother had gotten sick. So I used to run up and down with him through his illness. So, I sort of take it off my mind. It happens again that the same thing happened again about a couple of months after. So I went to the doctor, and he said that he felt a lump in the breast, and he said that it's a cystic lump because it was hurting, so it was a cystic lump. So it was in I think it was in October, really, breast cancer month, that really drive me to go to the doctor. So when I went, and he said that, okay, I'm going to send you to do ultrasound on the breast, a mammogram and an ultrasound. So I went to Cancer Society. I did a mammogram, and then I did an ultrasound. None of the above had picked it up. None of it. The mammogram, neither the ultrasound had picked it up. What it had picked up was two cystic lesions. So I went back to the doctor, to my family doctor, and he said, okay. I said to him, I want to take it out because, it hurts, especially whenever my period was about to come. So I said to him, I want to take it out. And also, I didn't want to have any more children. And I said to him, I would love to do tuber ligation. And so that drive me to, because I didn't want to have any more children. And he said to me, I'm going to send you to this doctor. He's a very good doctor, surgeon, and you take it from there. So I went to see the surgeon. His name is Dr. Tomlinson in Spanish Town. So when I went and I see him, he said to me, who sent you to me? And I said to him, Dr. Beckford. And he said, no, I'm going to treat you special because, hopeless, you are special because he hadn't sent any recommend him because his friend is also a surgeon, and you'd have recommend him to, he'd recommend him to his friend. So you must be special. And then, we hit it off from there. And I said to him, well, he inject the breast. He said that he would inject the knot and pull out the fluid. And I said to him, no, I want to take it out because I wanted to do the tuber ligation. And he said, okay, doctor's not going to, your health provider not going to do two major surgery, you know. So, well, I want the both of them to be done. So you have to do what your best. And he said, okay, call me back a few weeks. And he said that luckily he gotten through. And I said, okay. And we went in the breasts, and he found 3 lumps. And he said to me, while in the breasts, this, a voice said to him, look around in our breast, because the ultrasound showed 2 lumps. And when he went in, he saw 3. So he said that the voice keep on saying to him, look around in our breast. And he said it was like about 15 minutes before the ending of the surgery. He said to the anesthesiologist that sedate her put her under for some more minutes, because this voice keeps saying that I should look around in our breast. And there he looked around, and he said he saw this lump. It was white. It was embedded on the chest walls. And he pinched off a little piece. And while coming out of the anesthetist, I heard he said that to my husband, everything is okay, but I found this other lump and I am not comfortable with it. I heard that. You know, and I'm not comfortable with it. So go right across on Ripon Road there and go and to the lab. And he sent him to somebody personally at the lab, and he said that I want you to get tested. So my husband went, and he, 2 weeks after, he called me and he said to me, I should come in the office and see him the Wednesday evening, but I don't have to come as early for dressing as I would usually come. He will see me last. So I said, okay. Once he said that, something, came
Had
in
a
my
feeling.
thoughts. Yes, I'm saying, wow. So I braced myself when I went. When I got there, he said that he wants to talk with me, and we talked. He said that this was the Wednesday, and he said to me, Gloria, you have to do, I'm going to set up a surgery for you on Friday morning. Tomorrow evening, you just go into Andrew's hospital. I did everything, and tomorrow morning you just go into tomorrow evening, you just go to Andrew's hospital, and I'll be doing a surgery. I'm gonna do a mastectomy and the works, and 5 a.m. And I turned to him and I said, well, he had tell us what was it and everything. And he said, I said, I'm not ready. And he said to me, why? And I said, I have a funeral to go to. And he said, my husband said, a funeral? And I said, yes, I have a funeral to go to. This was a funeral for my best friend, grandmother. And I said to him, I said, no, because I would want, I want her to be here for me when I'm doing the surgery. So I'm not going to go. I'm not ready. And so I left the office, came home. My family members were mad, but for peace of mind, I was looking at, I said, well, this is a death sentence, and I wanted to be with my friends, go home. I wanted to go home and see and my father. I wanted to go and see, my other siblings and my friends. I didn't want it to go and do surgery right away, 2 weeks. I said, no, I'm not ready. So with that, I didn't go.
Okay. So judging then based on the fact that you said it was a death sentence, when you just heard, you just felt like
I
That
just
this
wanted
was
to be
it.
with friends.
And so you
Yes, I
wanted
just
to be
wanted to be
around
with
friends and
friends.
family.
Yes, I want, yeah.
Mm. And then that was the first time. How did you, I guess then the second time you would have been going for checkups and so on because you had it previously?
Yes, so it was after what? After 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
17 years. I did chemo and all of that, and so after 17 years, I went away. I went to the States for vacation, and my sister was diagnosed the said year. So, that wasn't even in my thoughts that, it would have reoccurred. And so I went away to the States, and coming back, I decided I came back to September. So the October would have been breast cancer month. So I would have done my checks. And I didn't do any check for at least 2 years, because every year you have to go and, the mammogram, this squeezing up on the breasts, and, it's a little bit discomfortable and, all of that. So, I give myself a 2 years break. So the third year, no, when I went back, they said that there was a lump, but it was a cystic lump as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, he said to me that there's a cyst, and he took out the cyst, and he said to me that, when I came back, my husband said to me, I don't like the areola. That is the dark part of your breast.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's so white. And it's, normally in women, it would be a little darker than the other parts of your body.
Right.
So he said to me, I don't like it. It's just clear. So I insist on going to the doctor. And then some little bumps around that little node that is the ducts, the ducts of the thing. They were like a little thicker, or they were shooting up.
Okay.
So when I went, the doctor said to me that he's going to send me to do a biopsy. I went and I did the biopsy, and it came back that I was positive with cancer in the ducts. So then I said, gee, another surgery again?
Mm-hmm.
This one now, we moved fast this time, just the same. He set surgery for me by the weekend again, after getting back the results. So I just complied and I went and did surgery. And that's 4 years now. 4
years. So what was the second time around? What was your thoughts? Did you still see it as a death sentence since you would have already been through it before? Or was it a little easier this time?
Well, hearing the word cancer is always a death sentence. People normally, scared and all of that. So because I know I got a first chance, I decided that I wasn't going to make the same mistake this time. I'm going to go ahead and just do what I have to do, and so that's what I did. Just go ahead.
All right. So tell us about the first time. I'm thinking that the first time is probably the harder of the two.
Yes.
Did you
the first time?
Did you think that you would bounce back? While you were doing the treatment, etc., how did all of what was happening affect your relationship, even with God, during that time?
Bouncing back, I for the first one, I remember I had a 2-year-old child, and I also had a 7-year-old, and they were my motivator. I tell myself I had to live for them. So, and then with my family, the support that I get from my family, my sisters and friends, was out of this world. And because as Christians, we had to keep to the promise that the Lord promised to supply all your needs. And He also had promised that everything that is done is done, said that it is done, it is well done. So with those, I just look back and I said, well, if it is the Lord's will for me to pull through, it will be. Not that I wasn't scared, but I just prayed. I had a praying mom. I can tell you, I had a praying mom. My sisters were, out of this world with prayers. I could depend on them. Even if I didn't pray, I could depend on them to pray for me and my church family. So they were my source of strength, So I did bounce back. My brother, I had a friend who used to come and, make my juices for me in the mornings, and my brother. So they were really supportive family, really supportive friends and
Okay.
family.
So on the topic of juices, did you have to now stick to a specific diet or so? How did your life change in terms of what you eat, what you could and could not do during the treatment process?
Yes, I would say that your diet would have changed. Right now, the doctor had said to me, you can eat a little of, you must be moderate in what you eat. He didn't stop me from eating meat, but he said that I must be moderate in it, moderate in everything. The juices now, he said that I should build back my immune system. So the juices and the health message as Seventh-day Adventists, we teach the health message. And so, I realized that I would have to change my diet. So the juices now, I used to extract a lot of juices, a lot of carrot, beet, pineapple, vegetable juice like green juices and all of that. I extract them and I would drink it every day. I used to consume at least about 36 to 40 pounds of carrot per week.
Wow, that's a whole lot.
Yes, and then I used to eat like a lot of broccoli, cauliflower, vegetable on a whole. I took out meat out of my diet. I took out the red meat and chicken. My doctor said to me that I should take out chicken out of my diet.
Yes, because then, the hormones from the chicken and so on.
Yes. So he said that I should limit it. I shouldn't say take it out. He said I must limit the eating of chicken. So I am a lover of jerk chicken and curry chicken, so.
Real Jamaican.
Yes, now and again I used to, after being going on like for 10, after some years going on, now and again I would, not true to myself and eat a little piece of chicken.
I understand.
But my diet was changed. Yeah, my diet was changed.
Okay, and what other areas of your life would you say was affected because of the diagnosis at the time?
What other part of my life was affected?
Like, did you start exercising?
Yes, I started walking in the mornings. I used to get up like 4:30 in the mornings and I would walk. And sometimes I would just go away, like, walk. I remember even one time my husband left the house and I didn't tell him where I was going. Sometimes I just wanted to be alone. So I would just walk and go and look for my friends in the mornings, now and again, like especially on a Sunday morning, I would like stop by a friend's house and so, share with them and we would talk, because that would have made me much more comfortable.
Yeah.
My husband and I, we were very close, but at that time when I was diagnosed, I started probably ignoring him for a little. I wanted my space, because I
Mm-hmm.
think he was probably overprotective of
Mm-hmm.
me. He had gotten so overprotective. And sometimes I just wanted to be alone. So I never tell him where I'm going. I didn't walk with my phone. And sometimes, get a little miserable and say, I tell you all the time that if you're leaving, you must tell me where you're going and all of that. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you will say, I'm not a child. But I just wanted my little own time.
Yeah, and
And
he
that's the
wanted to
time
look
I
out
would,
for you.
yes, and that's the time I would get to talk with God. I used to pray a lot at that time, going out on the walks in the mornings. I used to pray a lot and, do my own and sing. Those things had brought comfort to me.
Yeah, that's good. So then during that time you'd say maybe you kind of pulled away from your husband. How did that affect the relationship with both of you, and how have you overcome that since?
Well, it didn't bother him in a sense because he's the type of person he is. He's a very persistent person.
Mm-hmm.
And probably because of the job that he does, he's a very persistent person. So, you not take no for an answer. He might would have leave me for a little while, but he would be always there,
Yeah.
always there, always encouraging me, always, telling me that you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, I mean, having one breast is not the end of the world. You're still attractive, and all
Yeah.
of that. And sometimes I used to, not really, I don't know, I never used to accept it at times,
Mm-hmm.
probably because to me, looking at myself, I didn't feel that attractive and him saying that. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess as a loving husband as he is, I guess he would have to say things to let me be comfortable.
Yeah.
And my boys would say, Mommy, you're pretty. And, they would always, and then at that time too, I used to dress a lot. I used to find comfort in buying clothes and, anywhere I go, just for me to look different,
Mm.
just to look different. I used to love to dress up and go out,
And I can imagine that you are glad to put on a little dress blouse this afternoon with some lip gloss. It look like you have on some lip gloss over there too. So you dressed
Okay.
up, yes? That's all
Yeah,
right.
man. I believe in as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
worse if you are battling with certain life-threatening disease. It's good for you to put yourself together
Yeah.
the best way you can.
And
It will let you feel comfortable and you will tend to appreciate yourself more.
yeah. And there's this other thing that says when you dress how you want to feel. So even if you woke up and you didn't feel too well, once you put yourself
Yes.
together in a certain way,
Yeah,
that
you feel
starts
different.
affecting
Yes.
your emotions.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
understand.